It was January of 2021. And my wife, who's one of the best human beings I've ever met, let me know she was a little bit worried about my health and wellness. And I had been feeling the stress of work, and I was ending my 30s, and I was kind of in a slump, which many people may be able to relate with. And she shared with me that some of our friends had entered this program with Dignity Weight Center. It's out of Boston, and it's a program for weight loss. And I thought, well, gosh, I mean, we've all tried so many diets, and you try to go to the gym and nothing was really working. So ultimately, I joined this program and met a woman named Danielle, who basically educated me in all these different pillars of your life, because you can't just focus on just the diet. It's really all interconnected. And to really shorten it up, I realized it wasn't my wife that I needed to make proud or make a promise to. It wasn't this stranger that I've met that's trying to keep me accountable. It was myself. And I finally realized, gosh, it's really me. If I'm going to make a promise to someone and I make it to myself, my goodness, don't break a promise to yourself. So I kind of committed and jumped in head first, really into working out and tracking my food. And the crazy thing is, over the course of about 6 months, I did lose weight and I did get, more physically fit, but it all ended up being a mental win for me. And I realized it's not even physical. It really is in your mind. And you really do have the ability to adjust your perspective. And so I kind of built this bulletproof morning routine, which I swear by. And my poor staff that I constantly inform them day in and day out, you need to be an early riser and you need to spend time by yourself. And so I kind of built in this hour of time. And again, no one has time. You have to make time. So I get up around 4:30 a.m. And that first hour of time, I'm not a husband. I'm not a father. I'm not an employee. I'm just Beau. And it's just me. And I have a cup of coffee. I do an 11.5 minute, headspace meditation where I just simply calm myself. And then I go do something as hard as I possibly can, something very physical. I got into running. I couldn't run a mile in January of 21. I'm now preparing for an ultra marathon of 31 miles.
Wow.
So, and I'm just an average person. There is nothing special about me. But what I realized is you can't live off of feelings or motivation. You have to have commitment. You have to have discipline. You have to have dedication. And if you can just do those things every morning for a certain amount of time, everything else just kind of fell into place. But I started looking for these little inspirations everywhere I went. And in fact, a couple of weeks ago, I emailed you and I had to reschedule our podcast. And you know what you did? You wrote me back and you said, just breathe. I don't know if you know that, but that greatly helped me that day. And guess what? The other day, a woman, one of my colleagues, I could tell she was going through a tough day. So guess what I did? I said, hey, just breathe. She comes back and says the same thing. So you kind of start to collect this arsenal of all these little habits. And I put them at the beginning of my day. That might not work for everyone. Maybe it's the end of the day. Maybe you work a different shift. But if you can find a way to carve out time for yourself and then really focus on mentally, can you do more? Can you educate yourself? Now it flowed into, I don't like TV anymore. I honestly feel like it's kind of a waste of time. So I've gotten into podcasts, and now I try to read 10 pages a night, 5 nights a week. And now that's turning into, now I can't put the book down. And so it's like these little evolutions that have occurred in my life, and it's financial, spiritual, nutritional, in my relationship. I'm literally falling in love with my wife again, which is so fun. Oh, I'm getting choked up again, Karen. Oh boy. Luckily, these listeners can't see me.
This will be on YouTube, so I'm just...
Oh boy, okay.
But, you said there's nothing special about you, and I disagree. I think there's something very special about you, and your story is very inspirational. It's going to resonate with a lot of people. So thank you for sharing that today. Wow. Now I'm getting emotional. So if you were writing an autobiography, what would this chapter in the book be called?
Okay, this is a good question. I think I would title it Just Getting Started. I think I'm ready to blast off. It's all kind of come to this pivotal moment, and I feel like I'm just scratching the surface. So it's just the beginning.
That's
and I'm
awesome.
looking forward to what's next.
Congratulations on all your success professionally, personally. Thank you for joining us today. It's been a pleasure to meet you and talk with you. And to all of our listeners, until next time, be well. Thanks, Beau. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Karen. Bye-bye.